to the garden. Today I'm going to be transplanting this big, beautiful hosta. This is actually a different variety than all the other ones in this long row. So I'm going to move this out front and then replace it with one of these smaller varieties back here. Before we even uproot this plant, I want to pick out where it's going to go. And we can actually dig the hole first so that it's really easy on the plant. There's already a few of this variety of hosta right up here in front, and conveniently, a little empty spot. I might even remove these plants because I'm not sure what they are, and they're not really that decorative. So the first thing I'm going to do is just clear away all the mulch. And then I've got a container for the soil, so let's get digging. Now that we've picked out our location, we can actually start to uproot this plant. And it's not as big as it looks. If we just collect up all the leaves, you know, it really only takes up that much space. And if you look close, you can see different portions that we could actually separate and divide. Oh my gosh, look at this. Do you see that little toad? Sorry, buddy, but you're better off somewhere else. Come on, little guy. So I've got him down in here now. Much safer. I want to make sure to dig in at least a few inches out from the base of the plant. That way we're going to save most of those roots. And the farther you go out, the safer your plant is going to be, but the more soil you're going to have to transport. Because these are actually flowering right now, I want to give these a pretty wide berth with the shovel. That way we might actually be able to keep the flowers. So we're going to go out about 3 or 4 inches. Digging down about 6 inches and then levering upward. There we go. There's actually a few pieces at the back here. And look at that, this one even has some flowers. So that'll be a nice little group. And there you can see the main bulk of the roots. Wow, those flowers are actually pretty fragrant. It smells kind of like lilac. There we go. Beautiful. I want to make sure that it's at the same depth that it was in the backyard. So I think I actually need to fill in just a little bit, just to prop it up a touch. Yeah, that's better. We want that ground level to be right around the exact same height. Then we can just mulch back around with all this leaf litter and wood chips and sticks, whatever we've got. Then we need to water this in really well right away. And hopefully we'll actually keep those flowers. Now I'm going to replace it with one of these smaller varieties. So I want to find a really big one that I can divide, and then that'll fill in this gap. We might even put 2 plants here. These flowered last month and are now producing seed pods, so we could probably cut these back too while we're at it. This one's a pretty good size. It's actually overhanging on the trail just a little bit, so I can prune it back basically by dividing it. So I want to pick a kind of a natural break in the middle. And then we'll just take our shovel, cut right through it. Here it comes. Beautiful. So there's a little bit of a gap here. I'll probably do this one more time with a different plant and then fill in this little spot. There's a pretty good natural split right down the middle of this one. And these will fill back in over time. And if we wanted to divide this again, you can split it with the shovel or try and pull them apart. Sometimes you can get little clumps that just cleanly break off just like this. And that'll be a brand new plant. So we'll set that aside and just plant out a little portion of this one. Now the next time I do any work on these hostas, I'm going to split them up a lot further and spread them all over the garden. So I hope you stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.